Last time out in Youth Academy Challenge Save, we were humiliated by Atletico de Madrid and were knocked out of the Champions League as a result of this 3-0 defeat. We had nothing at all to be proud of, and this was a disappointing match. And it turns out not coming back for the Bayern Munich game for the second match was probably a good thing, because we were also humiliated in this match as well. Even if we did get a goal here, we just weren't very good and we struggled. So yeah, anyway, we're out of the Champions League and we're out of the Cup. We've only got the league to focus on, and going into the winter break, we weren't even top. So we needed to overcome a team that hasn't been top of the table for a very long time. So could we do it? Well, it turns out we can get off to the best start after beating JLAB blocks in the first match after the Champions League. And we left it a bit late to get the goal, but we got it in the end. And Vinecki with the finish. So happy days, we are winning at last. We then took a leg pass then, and Christian Kimmich got the only goal of the game to give us all 3 points against one of the best teams in the country. Leg pass haven't had the best of years so far, but I think they're too good to struggle much longer. So this was still an amazing victory for us, even if we did tinker with the lineup a little bit more than I wanted to. Then we took up August Retzin and were absolutely humbled. And I can't even say we were bad either. We had a lot of match momentum. They just had really good chances, which they scored. And their 2 goals in the first 70 minutes within 3 minutes of each other was not great. And it completely humbled us. We got a goal back, yes, but they just kicked back with another goal immediately afterwards. And then they scored a goal later to make it 4-1. We weren't good in this game, and we deserve to be punished in such a manner. Though we bounced back in the next match against Kwiatka Godblik and we won 3-0. So happy days. We were really good in this match, and we 100% proved that we deserve to be a good team. And yeah, this team's been so bad this year. I don't think they've even got a win yet, and that's not ideal. They may break the record for the least amount of points in a league season, which is very impressive that you could do that. Also, the fact my centre-back got a brace against them is not ideal for them. But then we took on Wolf Shahuf, and this was a lucky win. I say that, despite the fact we had more chances, they had the better chances, and wow, okay. Yeah, so we scored a banger. It's an absolute worldie that was scored in this match, and we deserved to win as a result of it, but we left it a bit late. Though I felt like they were the better team towards the end of the match, honestly, even if the match momentum says otherwise, but I felt like at times we were going to lose this game, or at least drop points. So the fact we won this game, a huge game for the title race, is perfect. And then we took a Brutbeck Natisa and absolutely destroyed them. Don't know where this came from, don't know why Sonny decided to do this now, but I'm not complaining. 4-0 win at home to them, and we proved to be a really good team again. So finally, our form's back, it feels like. We feel like the dominant team that can destroy anyone in the league at long last. And despite losing just our second game of the year earlier in this period, we are now top of the table by 4 points. The 4-0 win finally gave us some breathing space in the goal difference as well, and we looked good. We're here on a Sunday though, because we just had a youth intake as well. So the youth intake, I think, is quite a good one, which is saying a lot from me, because I was concerned we weren't going to get a good intake at all. And this is our intake. So a lot of exciting players, more than I was expecting. I definitely was not expecting to have 5 players with 4.5 star potential ability or more, and I definitely wasn't expecting to get 8 players with 4 star potential ability on the bat. And I definitely wasn't expecting a fullback with 2-star current ability to arrive. Given how good our team is already, and given how good our fullbacks are, that's surprising. But here he is, Matthias Kosovski, the man that apparently is going to be our next star. Professional personality, promising fullback, evasive medium handling style, not inconsistent, which is great. Only downside is he's a bit bad with his passing, he's a bit slow, has no balance, but we can work on that, and we can make sure this guy becomes a star. I think this could be our star in the future, our star fullback, which is saying a lot. That I can say that with a straight face, given we got 2 players, maybe even 4 players, that could be good enough to be ahead of him in the first place. So let's compare him to our best right back right now, in Matthias Kosovski. And looking at this, would you blame me if I said that this was probably my better intake for a while? Yes, he's got some room to grow in this area, but can I be blamed for thinking I've got a good signing here? I use the wingbacks on support. He's already better than Kosovski in some areas, which is mental to say the least. I think he's actually better technically than Kosovski is. If he becomes quicker and has better balance, then he could actually be the better physical player as well. And that's a scary thought. Matthias Kosovski isn't a bad player. He's actually a leading player for this division, but Kosovski could actually become better than him, and that's kind of mental to me. But could he also become a centre-back is the question, and some would say, yes, he could be a centre-back as well. But would that be a waste of his ability on the wings? That's another thing I should consider. Fullback or centre-back? He's considered a good third-tier player right now, but there we go. Options. We've got a lot of them apparently. Martin Swanka is the other player that has got 5-star potential ability in the team, and he's a jovial young man who has the attributes to be a winger, but is left-footed on a left wing when I use inverted wingers, so this could be awkward, but he's got decent attributes anyway, and he could be trained to play in the right, so should I? Should I? Will I? Thoughts that I need to work with, I think. He likes to run with the ball often as well. That doesn't feel like the smartest move in the world when he's only got 9 dribbling, but okay. Arkadiusz Ray is an interesting player. Very injury prone, inconsistent, unambitious. I don't think this guy is going to be good enough for me. That might be a bit harsh to say straight off the bat, but I'm just going to say it here now. I think he's not going to be good enough because I don't think his ambition and his professionalism is going to get him to that level, but I could be wrong. He could be really good in the end, but he's definitely a winger. Nothing more than a winger, but he just needs to get a better personality and to try and improve himself, because if he doesn't, he's not going to get anywhere. Rafał Kowalski is another Kowalski. We've got 3 of them in the team now, and another good one. Goalkeeper this time. Don't know what to make of him. I don't think he's related to any other Kowalskis. No, he's not. But yeah, he's got some decent attributes for a goalkeeper. Needs to work hard to become good enough to be even considered an option in long term for me. But yeah, this guy's got decent potential. But will he reach it? Probably not, but he's very good with reflexes, so he could be very useful. Michał Wasiluk is another centre-back. Promising this time though. He's 6'2", 8 marking, 8 heading, but has 13 tackling, so he's not completely useless. He's brave, but he's inconsistent. He's also competitive, very competitive, too competitive sometimes. But if he can get a better personality and develop himself, then this guy could be really useful. So a random player that turned up was Andrew Woods, who is a centre midfielder, who could be a DM and could be a centre-back. No idea why, but I'm not complaining. Very inconsistent though. He's also German and American, and he's ended up in Poland. So I assume he just ended up here because of his German nationality, but if he can become good, great. He's got a driven personality and a reserve media handling style, so he'll definitely be the kind of player that would try it. He likes to get forward whenever possible, so I think Mazzala for him, potentially. He feels like a Mazzala, not a box-to-box, maybe a box-to-box actually, but definitely feels like a Mazzala kind of player. The fact he gets forward whenever possible, cares a lot, is telling me that Mazzala's the one for him, but if he can definitely improve, then great. We've got a good option in our team. Krzysztof Bukowski, a winger, inverted this time. So, useful, very useful. He's consistent, so that's already a good sign. Injury prone though, not so much, but he's fairly determined and he could improve. As far as I'm concerned, that's already a good sign for him. He's good at set pieces in the free kick department, so there's that. He's got great bravery, he's very good with his teamwork, and if he can improve, great, he'd be useful. Sure, but we don't need tall players to do things. We just need players to be useful, and he could be useful. Matthias Kosovski is the last person we're going to talk about, and consistent, but that's about it with him. So he could be a winger, and he could be a midfielder. I don't know what to do with him, quite frankly, because I don't think he'd be good enough to do what I want, but he's got 12 marking, so could be a defensive player. Could be a defensive player. I don't know what to do with him. But we'll try and figure out what we can do with him. His free vision makes him a bit useless in that regard, so yeah, maybe a box-to-box. I don't know. I have to think of this one long-term, but it'd be a waste of his marking ability, so bit of a loose cannon, this guy, but I guess we can improve him. So yes, we've got an okay intake. I think we've done well here. Only person I probably wouldn't even consider signing is Novak, and that's because he's a 2-star potential ability. And he's also inconsistent, so that's a thing. But still, we're looking good, and despite everything, Adam is still our hot prospect at the club, and I think that says a lot. He's out on loan. I thought he needed a loan spell. I think he's only had 1 game since he left us, but he's also been injured due to pulled ankle ligaments. I hope he does better for them, because I really need him to do well at his loan spells. I need him to develop, because I think he could be a star. I really do. He's good enough to be in our division, so if he can improve a lot, then that's great. He needs the first team football. He really does. But yeah, the fact that Ernest is now our key player, and my word is he our key player. Apparently he's a 4.5-star accountability player, but he's also a star for this division, and he's wanted by Barcelona. So that says it all. We do have 2 years left in his current deal, but that's the thing, a 2-year extension that we can activate anytime we want, and it's wonderful. So we've got things to worry about, but not in a bad way. He's definitely my star though, and I know for certain we can make this kid a superstar with us. He's not going anywhere. I'm not letting this one go away. What we're going to do is end this here. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys would like and share this video, and that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. By the way, what do you think of the kits I finally was able to get my hands on? I've also got 3D kits as well, so that'll be fun for the Champions League in all that stuff as well. But anyway, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.